Hello everybody, and welcome to another video, The World According to Lonza. This is Andrew Lonza. Today is June 1st, 2025. June 1st, 2025. I consider today the official first day of summer. And today we are going to be talking about classic cinema and how it leads into pre-code cinema, and also it's important to know that classic cinema, silent cinema, has lots of influence on movies even today, like especially the adventure genre and romance genre. Um, so let's get into it. Let's talk about cinema. Let's talk about early cinema. Let's talk about Hollywood. I really dig the pre-code cinema. But first, in order to get into the mood, I thought I will recite a little poetry. So you're going to get a little poetry that I wrote the other day that kind of gets us in the mood of memories, because classic cinema is going into the past and remembering things of yesteryear. So I wrote a poem called Memories Part 1, The Lost Horizon. Is it me or is it you? Try to find our way in the lost horizon. Do you enjoy some love and pain, hurt and pleasure? Why don't you try living in the light? Forget the past, kill it if you have to. Live for the future and try to make it last. Live for the now, they say, but we're here now. Open the doors, because we need some sunshine. Even though we like it when it rains, we need our hearts to be happy. So here's my chorus, and it goes like this. Memories, yeah, memories, yeah. We all have memories that we love, memories that we hate. But why do we dwell on all the shitty memories? They seem to live inside my head. I'm going to have to delete them. They come in crashing down like an atomic bomb. I just want to think of blissful things, of sunshine and rain, having fun with your friends and family. Memories, yeah, memories, yeah. We all have memories that we love, memories that we hate. But I am focused on the good times, so let my mind be peaceful. Even though it rains outside, I can feel whenever it happens in life, I would deal with it. Nothing can bring me down. I have everything I have ever wanted right here. Even though time has passed, I see you. It's been a long time. So we go through my cell phone and we look at the pictures, memories of me thinking of old photos, thinking where I was, here I am now. I made it somehow progression. We need to live in the now. So here's my course, just like this, and here it goes. Memories, yeah, memories, yeah. We all have memories that we love, memories that we hate. But why do we dwell on all the shitty memories? We need to delete them. delete them, delete them. Alright guys, that was my poem called Memories in the Lost Horizon. I haven't started off with a poem slash lyric because I haven't started my videos like that for a while, but I thought it would be cool to do so today. Like I said, today we're talking about some old movies that I thought would be good for you to watch. We're going to be talking about some films that are 110 years old. These films can be hard to watch sometimes, not only because they're in black and white, but they are silent. Yes, movies were pretty much silent until 1927. And yes, I know old cinema looks very outdated, very with old outdated social norms and social issues. But back in pre-code cinema or early cinema, which is before pre-code cinema, silent film, you can see a lot of freedom with the artists before IPs took over Hollywood. And my suggestion for you to get into silent film is to put one on when you're house cleaning. Maybe have one on in the background. Put on you don't silent movies, and you're not going to listen to it, but kind of like try to follow the plot. And some artists that I would suggest that you watch would be Charles Chaplin. Of course, he's on HBO Max. He's probably the world's most known silent film artist. Mary Pickford, Lily Gish, and Rudolph Valentino. There are a few movies that you can see on Amazon Prime, YouTube. HBO Max has a whole collection of Turner Classic movies, if you have those apps. YouTube is really cool because there's like The Tramp. I saw The Tramp. Just click in silent films. Silent films are the biggest influence for pre-code because there pretty much was no rating system. There was the wild, wild west of filmmaking. No CGI, physical stunts. Choppy filmmaking. You can see mistakes. You can see all kinds of stuff. It's interesting to think about this. Movies are almost 200 years old. In 1900, 150 years, if I'm doing my math in the head. If a movie studio was built in 1915, that's right before World War I, which is Universal Studios. This is Disneyland. Disney had celebrated its 100-year anniversary last year, or 2 years ago. And this year, since it's 1915, is the 110th anniversary of Universal Studios. And I believe a handful of other film studios. 110 years old. That's a long time. Charles Chaplin. One movie you can watch on YouTube that was filmed in Niles, California, was Charles Chaplin, The Tramp. I'll check that out as one of his first films. You should watch another star jumping 5 years from 1915 is 1920, when things really got going in 1920. So because movies got longer, during the summer season, this silent film star I like to watch a lot because a lot of his movies, it seems to have summer backgrounds with lots of heat, blood, and sand. And one of his films, The Sheik, was filmed in Galapi, California, the dunes there, but they also filmed the 1923 version of Ten Commandments. I'm sure if you watched my videos before, I talked about this. If you're a fan of Indiana Jones, James Bond, Mission Impossible, the Mummy films, Jurassic Park, there's a new Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic Park Rebirth, coming out this year, and if you like those movies, you realize most of those movies take place in jungles. Some of them take place in deserts, or in very erotic or very tropical Mediterranean adventure landscapes, where there's usually, pubs and bar fights and romance between the two characters, and lots of sex, all the things that we see in modern day movies have started with this one star. And if you're a film fan, you can already say, yes, it's Rudolph Valentino. Rudolph Valentino has it's actually, I prefer to watch him during the summer than other silent film stars, because there's just lots of cinematography, really good. Rudolph Valentino was a really good dancer, and of course he's the first star to die early in 1926. He has a whole legend about a woman, leaving flowers on his gravesite. And he's one of the first, I believe he's one of the first movie stars to be buried in a Hollywood cemetery that's well known. Of course, today's also happy birthday to Marilyn Monroe, by the way, and Tom Holland. But Marilyn Monroe is born today, and of course she has a famous death, unfortunately. That's why I mentioned her. She has a famous death. James Dean has a famous death. There's lots of famous deaths. Jim Morrison. When we think of celebrities, unfortunately, death seems to be a part of famous deaths seem to be a part of their legacy. They die a lot young, or something. They died tragic, and they gave just so much artistic and love and passion for the art into our society, and they become legends. We're loved. A lot of people would love them to live forever, but unfortunately, Rudolph Valentino died at 31, which, compared to James Dean, he was only 24. 4 more years than Jim Morrison, and Janis Joplin, and Jimi Hendrix, and all that. But without further ado, I'm going to just recommend 3 movies that you guys can watch easily. And these are some pretty good silent films to get you in the summer vibes. I feel like these are summer vibes movies. I'm going to keep on saying summer vibes, because the first one is the apocalypse of 4 horsemen. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, 1920, and this has a famous scene of Rudolph Valentino smoking, dancing. Very, very famous headshot of him. These movies put Hollywood on the map, and pretty much make Hollywood into the map. So this is a World War I story. Very poetic, very weird, very dreamy-like. I'm not going to give too much in detail of the story, but it's pretty much it's biblical in a sense, but it's also it's pretty much it's like 1917. It's a very realistic at the time of World War One. And what's really interesting is that World War One just ended. This came out in 1920. Probably 2 years later, they made this. So World War One's very, 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 very fresh, and it has a lot of it has some horror gothicism in it. It's very adventurous film. Um, let's see a movie that you would compare it to today. Damn, I can't even think. Well, just romance in it. It's epic. It'd be more like a TV series. Probably be a good TV series, honestly, on Netflix. It probably won't make a good movie because it'll be too long. Run time is 156 minutes on this little disc, and there's all shorter versions, but Rudolph Valentino, Alice Terry, Warren Berry, Rex Ingram. Check it out. Rudolph Valentino. The next Rudolph Valentino movie is The Sheik, and I like this movie because I've been to this filming location, and they have a little museum. It was closed. I think it was just around COVID, and it's called The Sheik, and I will get this Blu-ray or watch it, and I will watch this film. Try to watch this film if you can with the audio commentary. It has a whole bunch of insight, filming location, which you can see the filming location today a little bit by below Morro Bay, below Pismo, but before Santa Maria, right? You go to Santa Maria, or go to Allen Hancock, kind of like where the college Allen Hancock is, and Gallop Bay is right there. It's the dunes. They have the big old sand dunes. It's not really like a beach. I think you could get your lawn chairs, and it closes at night, and it's peaceful. And it's not like a beach. You just kind of like read or whatever and hang out, play with your dogs, walk around. And I think they have a museum that has stuff from this film and the 1923 Ten Commandments, which is supposedly still set pieces lost inside the dune. Lots of YouTubers have talked about that. I need to make a full speed video to Galape. Yes, so that's the Sheik. The next one is called Blood and Sand. The only biggest no-no about this one that wouldn't fly is that it is about bullfighters, and to me, as sexy and romantic it is from the time, I wouldn't be down with I don't like bullfighting as a sport, just my opinion. It's dangerous. Definitely not nice to the animals and that sort of stuff. Blood and Sand. It's available on. I think this one's a free one on Prime. I checked it out. I think it's a free one on Prime, so you could probably watch this on Prime. If not, it's like a $2 chuck, $2 movie. I'll check it out. Check it out. It's romance. Another one that I don't have a physical copy of is called Eagle, and then The Son of Sheik. And like I said, Rudolph Valentino, 22 or 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6 years of pretty much 6 years of fame before it kicked the bucket. And there's lots of stories about Rudolph Valentino, and you can all look them up and judge for yourself. I don't want to be into the rumor mill or anything like that. Latin lover. All these films are great, ready to get pumped up for the wonderful summer blockbusters that are coming out in 2025. Let me know in the comments below if you've seen any of these movies. So if you have seen any of these movies, let me know what you think about those films. Um, that is it for classic cinema part one. I would do a quick part two because I don't really want to do pre-code until I get to after 1925 because next video will be starting off in 1925. All right, the world according Lonza. Thank you for watching 20 minutes of this. Enjoy some iced tea. Get ready to go to the movies and or watch them at home. It's a lot of good shows. You know what we're watching? This is not even pre-code or anything. True Blood, vampires. I like vampires. That's a sexy show on HBO. Let's see when it just finished. That was good. Oh, Ted Lasso. I just got into Ted Lasso. That was good. And The Shrinking. And I need to watch The Studio. There's a whole bunch of modern time. Good time, modern time. Hey, but you know, I like it all. I think the biggest perception of people, the biggest hot take that people have today is like, if you like classic cinema, a lot of people are like, I don't like new movies. If you don't like old movies, like I don't like old movies. You can like it all. You can like everything in between. You can like some, don't like some. There's a handful of TV shows I'm not into that a lot of people are into, but you know, to each their own. Yes, it's June 1st. Can you believe that it is June 1st, 2025? All right, that's about 20 minutes, 22 minutes. I hope you enjoy my poem, which is meant to be a song, and I hope you, because I don't have a band with me, it's technically a song, but, and I also hope you liked my analysis of early cinema. All right, guys, so that would do it for this. It's been a while since I talked to you, so have a good afternoon, good night. See you next week. I'm going to try to make one video a week now, since the summertime, and classes are over at Cal State and all the good stuff. So I don't know. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you on the flip side. This is the world according to Lonza, and goodbye.